style now, based on their base.
First in the corner, wearing red and black, weighing at 134 pounds, standing 5'7", age 26, from Westminster, California, and representing Team Oyama. This man is a multi-style fighter, making his second professional appearance tonight, introducing Scolesdang. And across the ring, wearing white, he weighed in at 135 pounds. He stands 5'7", age 18, from Tijuana, Mexico. He's fighting out of in from Gym Valetudo with a record of 2-1. This man's a jiu-jitsu fighter. Welcome, Brandon Baby Assassin Moreno. Once again, your referee, Louis Cobian, will now give instruction.
Fighters, we went over the rules. Any questions from blue? Red? Good luck to you guys.
Ring announcer Chris Gregory vacates the ring. Ron Scolesdang, red with black flame trim, white with black trim, Brandon Moreno. First round of action.
Moreno on a quick double leg. Scolesdang defending. Good turnaround. That's how you turn the corner right there. Wrestlers who are trying to learn right there. You don't always have to just push them through. You can just turn the corner like that.
Big John McCarthy putting his arm up to hold the ropes there.
Guillotine attempt now by Scolesdang. He's in a half guard position.
That may be the only thing.
Not likely to get a submission here, but possibly use it for a sweep, something along those lines.
Scolesdang looks poised, he looks comfortable.
And Moreno happy to kind of wait for his position. Again, with only 3-minute rounds, one takedown in position for a little bit of time, and that can win you the round. So Scolesdang needs to really start moving if he wants to start impressing the judges. He doesn't have much time to do it.
Scolesdang with the Muay Thai shorts, and Scolesdang also the one who touts a Muay Thai background. Now being forced to work off of his back. We'll see if he has a guard game. Moreno's going to test that.
And most of those calling Oyama guys, armbar attempt here.
Yeah, you can't come in with Jiva Santana and not have some kind of a familiarity with an armbar.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that Scolesdang's been caught in that famous arm collector armbar by Santana multiple times in practice. Moreno kind of content here, just kind of sitting. Now a side choke attempt from bottom, from in the guard by Scolesdang. I can't tell how tight this is, but he can submit him here. Definitely a submittable position here for Scolesdang. Or at least a sweep. He can use this to set something up. It doesn't look like Moreno's in too much trouble.
And Scolesdang has no sense of urgency. He's very calm. That, I think, is a testament to the camps. When you come from a camp that solid like Team Oyama, that's what happens. I think you're trialed by fire so often.
You got a lot of seasoned veterans you can look up to, see what they've done, take advice from them. I mean, there's no handbook to being a successful mixed martial arts fighter. It's funny how some of the biggest lessons fighters learn are just things they heard from veterans in the locker room after practice.
The first round scheduled for 3. 134-pound contest.
Finally, a little aggression here from Moreno. Scolesdang up to his knees, going for a switch here. And a front flip by Moreno on Scolesdang. North-south position for Moreno.
Ten seconds left in the opening round, and we have ourselves a very entertaining ground battle.
Moreno able to hold position on Scolesdang, taking advantage of that takedown. He's able to stay on top of Scolesdang, so he didn't have any real submission trouble, and kind of coasted through round number 1. That should be 10-9 Moreno.
Yeah, as close as it was, and as well as Scolesdang did.
Yeah, Scolesdang did a great job avoiding any damage, and he had a couple submission attempts, but I'd like to see more aggression out of Moreno, a little bit more urgency off the back of Scolesdang. Unless you're Shinya Aoki, very few judges are going to give you a round, score you a round from your back.
Yeah, it takes, I would think, more than average active guard to appear to be, to the judges at least, to appear to be in control more so than not. That is why on the amateur level they're instituting the half-point system, and they're trying to get attempted sweeps.
Yeah, an experimental system here at CAMO, California Amateur Mixed Martial Arts.
Try to give credit for those subtleties and nuances of especially in jiu-jitsu, where normally it's just a takedown and then, top position, they just give that the dominant, and it's not always the case.
Whoa, left hand lands immediately off of a leg kick by Moreno. Scolesdang with some ground and pound. Moreno back up. Overhand right.
Overhand right. Moreno with an air of confidence that almost exceeds the level of achievement in this fight so far, but he is very confident.
You got to have a swagger, right? If you're going to be a fighter, you got to have a swagger. You got to walk in like you own the place.
R.J. Clifford with color commentary and hip-hop lyrics. Rare to see that combination at the table.
No, don't count on it too often.
Second round of action. Moreno pushing the pace a little bit, and it looks like Scolesdang, as well as he did on the ground, he didn't get submitted, obviously. He looks like he was trying to stay on his feet now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no question here that Moreno wants this fight on the ground, and Scolesdang wants to standing up.
For the record, Moreno, 18 years of age.
You can tell he's young. The man strength hasn't quite come in yet.
Does look young, but he's very good at 18.
Scolesdang is winding up that uppercut all the way from like his butt cheeks all the way up to the head of Moreno.
Scolesdang, the older of the two, at 26.
Attack by Moreno, unsuccessful.
Looking for an uppercut.
Scolesdang backs up, wants Moreno back up.
Moreno was bringing a crab trap there. He's going to get Scolesdang to the ground. He's going to have to earn it.
Scolesdang is just loading up that left hand.
Yeah, look at it.
For uppercuts and straight lefts.
There it is. Whoa! He dizzy Moreno there.
Scolesdang goes in for the kill.
He was waiting for that moment. Now Scolesdang is going to look to take Moreno out of this before the time clock gives him another round.
Moreno hanging on to save himself. Scolesdang now on top, side mount. His corner is screaming, mount, get into a better position.
Well, I mean, there's a good chance he can pound him out if he can get into the mount.
Moreno just holding on to a low single and eating lefts for his work. Back into a double leg.
Scolesdang is coming alive this round.
Should be a takedown. He's got those legs wrapped up. Scolesdang not going down easily, building back up. This is where the difference between a cage and a ring comes in. You don't have a hard surface to be able to crawl back up. The corner of the ring helps a lot more, though.
Less than 10 seconds as the second round comes to an end, and Moreno coming back to life.
Scolesdang found his stroke, though. A lot of good damaging shots. You can see it on the face of Moreno if we get a close-up of his face. That right eye is starting to swell. You can see the redness from where those punches landed. Very good round for Scolesdang.
He's starting to look like one of the episodes, one of the Rocky films. That eye, he got a lot of damage in that round. But that is one tough kid. He was starting to come on at the end of the round again. He
was showing some good survival, too. When he was rocked, he grabbed onto Scolesdang's arm, tried to keep the damage as low as possible, stayed on all fours. When you're down on all fours on your hands and knees, opponents can't kick you, they can't knee you in the head. It's a lot harder to get strikes in because back of the head is illegal. It's one of those weird positions in mixed martial arts where I wish there would be knees to the ground of a grounded opponent, knees to the head of a grounded opponent, so you don't kind of have these safe zones where fighters can kind of hide in. You have, if you open up more offense for the attacking fighter, it makes the fights a lot more exciting, but you take advantage of the rules you have, and Moreno did survive that second round.
Right, that is what the clinch in boxing is, too. They tie up, becomes like a hug, and then nothing happens. Third and final round, and that eye is absolutely swelling up. And targeting it immediately is Scolesdang. Scolesdang eats a shot.
Landing by Moreno.
Why do I get the feeling that jiu-jitsu is out of the question in this round?
I think Moreno wants to use it, but he doesn't know how to get it down.
He's throwing some good strikes of his own right now.
Scolesdang calm, though. He's kind of waiting for a wild shot so he can fire that straight left or that uppercut.
And that left hand might even be easier to get to the target now if that vision's at all impaired on that side. The right eye of Moreno. Moreno in the white. Scolesdang in the black trimmed red shorts. And he's really starting to do some work on that head.
Another uppercut by Scolesdang.
Whoa! Big left hook by Scolesdang.
Body shot rocks Moreno. Wobbles him a little bit. Good scrabble. See Moreno diving for those legs. Scolesdang wise to it. Mouthpiece out.
Good job by the referee. That was a clean break in the action.
The way Moreno's holding that mouthpiece in his mouth, though, it's bound to happen. Mouth wide open, kind of letting that mouthpiece be loose in his mouth.
He's breathing a little bit heavy.
That's what's going to happen. If it happens more times, the referee can start taking points away.
See right there, Moreno landed a shot on Scolesdang's chin, but he was kind of pushing his shot. He may have been able to do some damage if he had actually launched it.
Moreno's the one pushing forward here. Scolesdang's kind of patiently waiting to land his strike.
Yeah, if he sits back and admires his work on that eye too long, the round's going to end.
Right to the body by Moreno.
He still has to take this fight to Moreno because Moreno's a tough kid. He's not backing away.
Well, Moreno's being the aggressor, but he's not landing as many strikes as Scolesdang. And Moreno just, a lot of times judges can see how you just kind of look kind of flustered. So Moreno just spit out a huge spit of blood on the floor after that hammer strike by Scolesdang.
Well, again, that is why the terminology in the fight game is called effective aggressiveness. Moreno is going forward a lot, but he's not doing as much. He's just simply going forward.
Another left hand lands by Scolesdang.
Whoa, he is.
Whoa. All the big left hand on the ground. Ground and pound here from Scolesdang.
Scolesdang doing what the meat industry calls tenderizing.
Scolesdang not overly aggressive. No hurry to dive in the guard. Moreno right hook lands.
Wow, right hand, left hand combination by Scolesdang, and Moreno still shooting in for something. This is the third and final round. Both guys fighting like they need the round. Moreno just looks to be the more exhausted.
Scolesdang just fighting to hang on. I mean, he's shooting desperate shots, holding on to the glove. Scolesdang in complete control, lands to the ground and pound. See what we can do here in the last few seconds.
And that's it.
Great round for the bantamweights. Great round for Scolesdang.
And a bow right there, folks. Watching this thing right now on SureDog.com. That is the reason why anybody who tells you that this sport is brutal or something wrong with it shouldn't be talking. More honor and respect in this sport than you'll see almost anywhere else.
Few people realize how difficult it is to be a mixed martial artist when it comes to how hard they train, the weight cutting, weeks up. And here's a display of the cardio of Scolesdang. I mean, real measured approach. I mean, you don't see this kind of, not to overstate the approach by Scolesdang, but he didn't get overly aggressive. You know, he only has one fight as a professional. Very calm in his approach. He knew he had Moreno hurt. Maybe a little bit more aggression, trying to put him away, but he knew that Moreno wanted to fight on the ground, wanted to lure Scolesdang into his guard. Scolesdang was happy and content to keep his own pace.
There was an air of cockiness and confidence from Moreno in the first round that seemed to dissipate in the second. And then Scolesdang, I think, just took that and ran with it going into the third. But make no mistake about it, Moreno at 18 years of age, you see it with that eye, that kid's tough. That is something anybody in the fight game for any amount of time knows. You can't teach that kind of heart.
Nope.
That kid's just tough.
Yeah, he hung on there. And you know what? He knew how to survive, too.
I'm going to bring up Carla.
The official decision coming up in just a moment with ring announcer and the thunderous voice of Chris Gregory. You're watching Pandemonium 6. We're in Riverside at the Riverside Convention Center here in Southern California. A full night of combat sports, and here is, once again, the very classy, very thunderous voice, Chris Gregory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight goes the distance. All three judges score this bout 29-28 in favor for the winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Ron Scolesdang. And also a round of applause, please, for the challenger. Great fight, Brandon Moreno. Great heart.